32 goals since last year, where he had 33 in the whole year. So really, and would always believe in his team and his ability, his teammates' ability. You've got Malcolm, Letang, Carlson, and formerly Jake Gensel. Hey, wait a minute. We've known this entire time heading into the trade deadline that Sidney Crosby would not want to trade away Jake Gensel. Not because Sidney Crosby doesn't, like whatever it is that's coming back. He doesn't like Michael Bunting or whatever, but because trading away Gensel for Bunting and a bunch of prospects technically makes a signal to the team. It signals that you want to build for a team that exists beyond your timeline. Crosby, sorry, but with this trade, with Cruz Lucius coming into our squad, with Billy Koivunen, with these prospects and with these picks, we're building for a team that exists outside of the world of Sidney Crosby, with Jimmy Malkin and Chris Letang. It's sort of saying that his time is over. So, let's go over to an article on BoardFaceoff.com that talks about the Sidney Crosby comments in response to the Jake Gensel trade. I don't know, there's probably a better question for them, Crosby says, on Penguins management trading Jake Gensel. This was published by Hunter Crowther from earlier yesterday. And Sidney Crosby struggled to find the right words after the Penguins traded Jake Gensel here. It was a privilege to play with him for the course of his time here. There are some great memories. When asked about what he thought the message was from management after this trade, Crosby responded, I don't know. That's probably a better question for them. It was the first time in quite a while that Crosby, at 36 years old, sounded dejected. The three-time Stanley Cup champion has only found a few line mates who have consistently been reliable throughout his career, and there's a case to be made that Gensel was the best. Asked if he still was confident that the Penguins could turn this thing around, Crosby sounded like he had fake optimism. I hope, he said. Tonight's not going to be the kind of game that does that, but I hope. I think the trade deadline is always tough, but I think, given the circumstances, it's a little heavier. Now, I'll leave a link in the description if you want to go ahead and read this article. There's a little bit more on this on the website, but is that not just so tough to see? Because for Sidney Crosby, you can tell that this is definitely not the way he wanted this Penguins team to play off. Firstly, against the Washington Capitals, and secondly, with the product of a trade coming immediately after. It's like Sidney Crosby knew this was the end of an era. Just listening to the interview, he sounds so sad. He sounds like he's kind of just ready to give up on this cup chase. Now, we know Sidney Crosby would not do that, but just the emotional response, the body language, and the way he was talking. If there was any other human being in the world, they'd probably be like, yeah, that guy is really defeated. Like, he looks and sounds like his mindset is at the bottom of the barrel. And, of course, as a result of this, you have to go out there and ask, what does this mean for Sidney Crosby and his future? Because as we've been talking about this entire season, Sid the Kid does expire, or his contract expires at the end of next season, 2024-2025. He's making $8.7 million a year, and this is the kind of guy that, if you wanted to say, you could stick around in Pittsburgh, he gets maybe a $10 million, $11 million AAV, or maybe he sticks around at the $8.7 million mark. Okay, that's fine. We all recognize it's a possibility, and it's probably more likely to happen. But what if the odd chance does occur that Crosby does want to go somewhere else? That he wants to play with the kid, and he wants to get back into the business of winning Stanley Cups? Because sorry, but trading Jake Gensel away for Bunting and a package of prospects and picks indicates that, for now at least, they're not really in the business of winning Stanley Cups. They're trying to retool on the fly and capitalize on the future as well. Crosby is 36 years old, so is there not a reasonable idea to consider the possibility that he may want to go elsewhere? I don't know. He'd never outright admit it. If any media person asks him about it, he's definitely going to say, yeah, like, I'll stay in Pittsburgh. I want to be here. I've been a Penn for life, baby. But can you really fault the guy if there is some sort of forlorn feeling saying, yeah, I kind of would prefer to go somewhere else, considering the direction of this team, considering the talent caliber. You have to start thinking about what's going on with this team and the direction you want to go down, and Sid the Kid, and whether or not he's really happy with the situation here in Pittsburgh in 2023-2024. And that's why I wanted to go out there and make this video. Now, Sidney Crosby was very upset about the Jake Gensel trade, and the comments that he made afterwards that pretty much tell it so, especially the way in which he answered the question want to talk about, oh yeah, the direction of the team, well, that's something you gotta ask them. Don't ask me, ask them. Ask Kyle. So, let me know your thoughts in the comments below about the Sidney Crosby Pittsburgh Penguins show and how everything is going down with this team. Jake Gensel was the first domino to fall, but over the next few years, what's going to happen then? You've got until next offseason to secure Sid the Kid back down and keep him on board. But aside from Sidney Crosby, what do you do with the rest of your squad? Malkin is signed on until 2025-2026. Erik Karlsson until 2027. Chris Letang is here until 2028. So where exactly do you go with this squad? Ryan Graves is also signed on to this team's roster for, a few more years until the end of 2029, but he has not been pulling his weight, unfortunately, despite the fact that he was seen as a pretty big pickup for Pittsburgh a few months ago. But either way, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about the entire Penguins situation with Sid the Kid, with the rest of the roster, how everything's going and how everything is turning around. Do you think this is fixable within the span of Sidney Crosby's NHL career? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this Travis Rolls 99 and 5.
question. Check the facts before you share.
Good boy, Canada's out/disinformation. That's usually government indicator. This Easter, have a break. Have a good time. Black Sidney Crosby out to take the opening face on with Charlie Cole on the speed leading set. Michael Hunting, the newcomer, jumped over. It's a catch out the train. Carolina shoots out. This starting the game with Texas is on the left wing. They're sending Crosby. The final